Yeah. There we go. Yep.
Nice. Oh, I gotta fucking mute the thing.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna turn off that other stream. Okay. Cool.
Perfect. All right, we're there. We did it.
Yep.
Where's my fucking voice coming from? Oh, it's this window. Got it. All right, cool. Perfect. LFQ, we got you in here with the Noida. Let's go.
Amazing.
Oh, you didn't get a pineapple. I'm sorry, brother.
Wow, that was close.
That was really close.
A close first game. Jeez.
Yeah, this is like, we're talking like 6 months ago type of first game closeness. Shit, I almost just hopped in Discord because my meetings have finally stopped, and then I realized the stream date. I mean, dude, you can hop in Discord, but it would be weird for you because when we're in here, we're actually like muted and stuff because we don't use it. I mean, you know,
I don't think you can actually even see us in there. Oh, we're in trees.
We're in
You're
trees. Yeah,
Oops.
we're in public channel. Well, I guess public, right? Yeah. I have to go, but I'm gonna be home at 15 to join. Yeah, no worries, Pineapple. I appreciate your attempt at first. Nice try, man. Have a safe trip home. LFQ, how you doing?
LFQ, do I take the vampirism? It's very tempting. I do have 20k though.
He got a draft of Midas, and it like spilled all over the floor, so it just kept turning the floor into gold. He was at like 100 gold and went to like 20k.
Oh yeah, dug me one entire level down basically and gold the whole way. It's nice.
Well, Omni, feel free to talk to him about the project in our Discord. He's definitely in there, always posting stuff about his own things. Also, I saw your response saying that you fried 3 motherboards when you were a teenager or something like that and got yelled at. And I just want to say that things don't change, and I'm glad it's not just me yelling at you. I've been avoiding posting my shit in the company Discord. Why? You don't... What do you mean? I mean, like, obviously don't spam it. Don't go crazy. But, like, if you've got something, you know, adjacent to what Pineapple's working on, and you want to talk to him about it, that's totally fine. I would say maybe don't slide into his DMs, because that's probably weird. But, yeah, you're good to have conversations. That's what the, like, general fun channel's for, you know? Bite you? Bro, what? Oh, LFQ said with that money I'd reroll. Don't do vampirism. He's kind of spitting with that, honestly.
Yeah,
it's only $200.
You're probably right. You're probably right.
Dude, LFQ, I started playing Noita again last night. I haven't played in months, like maybe even a year. And I was having a good time until I picked up some shit. I had no idea what it did and fucking aced myself like multiple times. You know how it goes. You know how Noita is. I got like the green force field thing that like spawns on you and does a third of your life and as soon as you cast the spell. And then in the next run, I got the plasma cross, and I was like, "This is neat." And then, like, instantly half healthed myself the first time I shot it. It's fun. I still like it. Yeah, I typically don't reroll either. I just kind of like, you know, I don't know enough about the game yet to be like, objectively, this perk is super good. Like, I should go with that perk all the time, you know? Like, because roguelites are like that. There are some that are just like, you take this, it can make your whole run.
Yeah.
What's up, Sushi? You know, like, friendly could be okay here, says LFQ.
friendly could be okay.
Yeah, Sushi, great day, dude. How are you?
LFQ, explain friendly to me because I honestly have never understood why this would be beneficial. Like, I can understand the one that makes them more aggressive towards each other so that they'll like take each other out for you, but I've never understood why you would want them to be all friendly. Is it just because it'll like preserve more gold for you or something?
Also, fuck yeah, Sushi. What are you thinking about wanting? Like, what are you wanting to work on? And I could probably chat with you tomorrow about it if you're available. We've got stuff in the morning, but I think we'll probably be back around 1 our time. Right, Tony? It probably shouldn't take longer than that.
I don't know. We're just seeing.
We're going at like 11.
Yeah, I mean, it probably starts at like 11:15. Call it 2 hours. So like, yeah, I don't know, 2:30.
Yeah, we're gonna go see. Yeah, we're doing Dread research. We're gonna go see Backrooms tomorrow in theaters. 10:40 a.m. Let's go. Best time to go see a movie, weekday in the morning. Got to finish up those distance object thingies? Yes, absolutely. That'd be awesome. It's Sushi. I think the best thing for you to do is probably to pull. Oh, Tony, didn't you say we had like workspaces allotment was overrun? And Sushi maybe
it's taken care of.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
All right, disregard. So yeah, Sushi, just make sure you pull, recompile, and then wander around in there. Take a look. The game is playable start to finish. So yeah. No, you shouldn't be kicked out. We looked at the entitlements. You should be okay. And you'll be on the, if you have any issues, just...
Yeah, no, you're definitely still in there. I was just looking at it the other day.
LFQ said, it makes some enemies not attack you. If you attack it a lot, you can make most enemies not attack. All right, I guess you're saying if you don't attack, then most enemies won't attack you? Yeah, you're okay, LFQ.
Yeah, I want to look this up. Let's see.
Inaccurate term. I just lost access at one point, but I got you. I'll give it a go again soon. Yeah, no worries. Definitely compile, though. There's been a lot of binary updates, so you're going to have to recompile the project. If you stack it a lot.
Got it. So can you just like pick it up more than once? I guess you can pick up a lot of them more than once if you do like parallel worlds and stuff. Okay, got it.
Yeah, see, I didn't even know that you could get perks more than once because my runs don't last that long. But I don't have very much time in Noita. Let me see how much I have actually. Steam.
I might just roll this again. I have so much money. Let's get something interesting.
Wait, what am I looking at? I just went to the wrong thing. Noita. I've only got like 12 hours in Noita, which is nothing for me with the video game.
It really wants me to take more love. I might have to do it now that it showed up again. Fuck it.
You going friendly?
Yep.
All right, dude. Sushi, it's probably, my assumption is that it's going to be a long pull when you get latest because there's going to be like, there's a lot more shit.
There's been quite a bit
in the project, yeah. Technically, you can get it more times, but I doubt you'll have that long around. Yeah, I guess that's what I was thinking too, you know? I was like,
this
damn, bro.
It hasn't been going that well, so I agree.
LFQ's out here doing a single Noita run that's 4.5 hours long. Oh, LFQ, I got a wand that on cast projectiles had like electric sparks on bounce or something like that, and then I had the green little bouncy ball.
No, this might be it right here.
No, dude. Oh no.
Come on,
not
teleport.
Like this. Why are you so gloopy? That's so gross, dude. Nice, get him, get him. Oh, you're doing fine. You didn't take that much damage. But yeah, I was using that thing, and it was very powerful, and it was cool. And then one of the projectiles bounced backwards and hit me in the face and killed me instantly. And I was like, what the fuck? That's just the way Noita goes, I guess.
You got Noita, as they say.
Yeah, I'm very much Noited. Fucking 90s Domino's pizza ads. Avoida the Noida. No. It was avoid the Noid. Do you remember the Noid?
And I like had seen the reference probably in Family Guy, but
Yep, it was definitely Family Guy. This
Yep.
weird campaign they had where it was like this dude in a red costume. He kind of looked
Yep.
like the Hamburglar, but he had like Bugs Bunny ears. And his whole goal was to make your pizza not arrive in 30 minutes or less. It was fucking weird.
That is very weird.
Omni goes, oh my god, the Noid. See? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I bet Omni had a Noid shirt.
I want to say the Noid bit in Family Guy is like an Adam West thing too.
It is, absolutely. He's like, I've been trying to catch the Noid for the last 16 years, and I've almost got that bastard.
Yep.
And then he like does catch him and like beats the absolute shit out of him with a bat or something. Yeah. It's so good. I don't wear shirts with branding on them. Oh my god, dude. He's Zuckerberg posting. I'll be watching the stream VOD tomorrow. Gonna get some sleep. Good luck on the runs. Hope you get a win. Yeah, no worries, LFQ.
Yeah,
I hope you have a good rest,
day.
brother. Thank you for coming through to say hello. I'm glad we got you with the Noita bait, but sleep well, Scandinavian prince. Yeah, Omni is fucking Zuckerberg posting. You smoking some meats later, Omni? You gonna get into some jujitsu? Yeah, I'm just out here smoking some meats. We're in my backyard, hanging out with these people. We're all smoking meats. No meat smoke. It's not like a euphemism, because I know you're being weird about stuff. He was literally just like with a fucking green egg or a Traeger, like slow smoking.
It was
meat
to test like Facebook live streaming.
Yes.
He was like the first time he ever went live. He was like, I'm just in my backyard smoking meats, and he said it like
16 times. Yeah, this is way too many times. He kept saying the phrase "smoking some meats," and he looked very uncomfortable with like the whole process. I don't blame him. It would be weird. I mean, streaming in general is weird. You got to be a certain kind of person, I think. You get the meat sweats? Dude, I get the meat sweats for sure. Especially with barbecue, man. You're going fucking ham on some brisket. Yeah. Was that the bouncy balls, Tony? The green one? Or was that like laser
Magic
drill?
Arrow?
Magic Arrow. I don't think I've seen Magic Arrow yet. Acceleration potion. Yeah, the bomb wand is fucking goes crazy. What's up, Illuminous? You better wear a Noid shirt? Yeah, tell him, dude. Oh no, not the lightning boy. Oh, he's the worst. Get him.
Oh, he's gonna get me for sure.
No, he's not gonna get
come
you.
Come on. Wake up.
Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Tony lives.
We gotta go get his ass though.
When you look at the Zuck, does it always seem like there's no soul behind those eyes?
He seems like he's got more soul these days, I think.
Yeah, this is the thing. I never expected Zuck to be like the most human out of the like tech bros. But like Elon is way fucking weirder than Zuck is. Like Zuck's like kind of a normal guy. I think he's just really, really, like demure and does not want to be in the public eye, but like he has to because he's too important to not be. So he's probably just like very uncomfortable the whole time he's speaking in public. And like the only reason he's able to is through like lots of fucking media training. So that he's just like, that's probably like the one thing that he can't quite get around yet is like the panic and anxiety that's in his eyes. But he's got his voice under control, has a good normal speaking cadence when he's presenting. Whereas like Elon refuses to do any of that and is just a fucking weirdo. Maybe he just needs a tan. I don't know, bro.
I think he has a tan now. He used to be really pale, but not anymore.
If you're Brian Johnson maxing, is that the guy with the parasol I told you about?
100%.
Yeah, if you're Brian Johnson,
100%.
You don't let that sun hit your skin, bro.
Yeah.
You bring a UV parasol and walk around with that shit all day.
I was trying to find it, but there's that. It's like a meme of Mark Zuckerberg, and he's like, I think he's with like an F1 team or something, or like maybe an MMA team, and they're like handing out a bunch of shit for like people to do, and he like goes to like grab it, and they're like, I'm not giving that to you, and he just like kind of like plays it off cool and just like nods his head. I don't know, it's really funny.
Gym tan laundry. Dude, do you watch Jersey Shore on me? Sushi. Oh shit! This is that game where every pixel is calculated for physics, right? Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, this game is Dread, but that was
Noita.
Noita. Yeah, Noita's a really good game. Omni, you watched Jersey Shore? That's crazy, bro. And I'm only saying that because like you're not that much older than me. You're definitely older than me, but not that much older than me. And you know that era of MTV reality TV shows definitely hit me too. But I would watch The Real World or what's that stupid fucking Real World game show that they would do?
Road
Like
Rules.
cast members. Yeah, Road Rules. Was it Road Rules? It was just Road Rules?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. You watch Jersey Shore because girlfriend? Man, my favorite thing about Jersey Shore, never mind, that's not safe to say on stream. There was an incident that was not related with a cast member named Snooky, and that moment was very funny to me. I actually liked Road Rules. I thought Road Rules was interesting, but I was also an idiot teenager, so that's the way it is. They were such morons I couldn't avert my eyes. You mean avert, like with an A?
I definitely went to a Poly D DJ set at Beta one time.
DJ Pauly D?
Yep.
Is he really like 5 feet tall? He looked tiny on that show.
I don't know if we got very close to the
booth that
night because it was like it was a weird club night, but I don't know. Some people were going and they're just like, we have to go, it'll be funny. And I'm like, all right, I'm down.
Yo, what's up, Anime? Thank you for the resub.
Yo.
I would much rather watch. So here's the crazy thing. Every single Road Rules and Real World episode was scripted. Like, I don't know if you guys were aware of that. None of that shit was real. They were trying to make it appear real, but none of it was real. What's up, Anime? Yeah, exactly, dude. But that always blew my mind. Like when I realized that it wasn't real, and I was like, oh shit. And then I like watched an episode and I was like, this is not fucking real.
And then if you like start to realize that and then you go back and you watch like every reality TV show you ever watched in your life, you're like, how the fuck did I ever believe for 1 second that this wasn't completely scripted? Because it's so obvious, but I don't know.
No, you're totally right.
It was just like some suspension of disbelief at the time, I guess.
Yeah, and there was nothing else like it, right?
Yeah.
Like we were so used to being convinced that television programs and movies and shit were like real. Like suspension of disbelief was handled much better back then.
Yeah.
Now with the internet, everything's just too real. And I think like, I don't know, maybe we're all just jaded now. Yeah, no worries, Anime. Thanks for chilling. Now we just need AI to make real world episodes for us. I mean, I guess, yeah. I wouldn't watch it. I mean, I would. So, okay, I'll say this. I would probably watch it once or twice just to see if there was anything good there. But I wouldn't watch it regularly. Omni, did you figure out anything with tires? Did you sign up for that driving course? I strongly encourage you to do a driving course. Especially one if they'll let you use an M4 comp, because if you can do that, then you can like learn how to do it. Course is 2K. I mean, what are you tripping on though? You could also like, of course it's going to be 2K. You got to save up. My ass, you have to save up, dude. But yeah, you don't need to. So I knew that course was going to be expensive. I wouldn't necessarily recommend, like, that course is designed to separate you from your money. That's kind of the thing that brand does. So there are other ways for you to do that stuff, but you're going to have to drive your own car, or, you know, let me see. Have you checked out Miller's Driving School, Palm Springs Motorsports? They're both in Palm Desert. Those might be some places to check out. Yeah, exactly, Illuminous. It's the same fucking thing. Yo, what's up, Typical? How you living? Road Rules is better than Real World? Yeah, exactly, Turning Cog. I totally agree. Also, Omni, like, racing is, I think, any, like, cars are just the most expensive hobby you can have, man. Like, you've been here when I was talking to Adder about, like, a drift weekend. He was saying a weekend. So he owns the car. He built the car himself. But a weekend of drifting at a drift event is like 10 grand in tires. Like, for real.
He also sent us a video of two people totaling their like what $100,000 cars at the same time.
Well, they were probably not that much, but yes, they
Okay.
were. I mean, it's expensive. It's a fucking race car, so
Yeah.
like, but they probably bought them for a lot cheaper. You know, like under 10K,
Yeah.
something like that, and then built it all up. And but yeah,
it was just crazy. You guys were explaining to me like both those cars are totaled, have to effectively be completely rebuilt from the ground up if they want to drive them again.
It's probably like
Holy
20,
shit.
30 grand in money to fix the car. Yeah.
Oh my god.
And that's not even like a full fucking expensive race car with like custom aero and shit like that. Those
like you could tell they were like kind of like primer on some of the body and stuff like that. Yeah, totally. So
and that's how it goes at that level. I mean, that's like the level I'm trying to get into. Just because it's, you know, it's semi, you know, not even semi-pro, but just like amateur competition is fun. It's really fun. Omni, this, I just realized this is what you should do. Do like a beginner's driving course, a cheap one that you can find. Send me some links on what you're looking at, and I'll tell you whether or not that's like a good thing. And then do that one day, and then sign up for some Solo 2 SCCA events. It's autocross. And the way that works is typically they're set up in like a massive parking lot, and the course is made out of cones. No, I told him, he knows. The course is made out of cones. So the worst thing you do, they're also designed to not have you really go over 60 miles per hour, regardless of how powerful your car is. So the straights are really short. It's a lot of turns, and it's a time attack. You're not racing against another person. You're racing against the time that it took someone to complete the course. So autocross is a really good idea. A hopped up beater car. I mean, it's not really Turning Cog. Like, race cars have race car jank, but the race car jank is like totally different from like a commuter vehicle that is like a beater, you know?
It's kind of a beater looking body, maybe to somebody who doesn't understand, but definitely underneath it is not a beater in any way.
Yeah, race cars are not built for aesthetics until you get to like the professional level, and then like you got sponsors and shit like that, and then they start looking fancy. But
well, just shit's gonna happen like in the Adder video, and it's like if you spent 20 grand on your body and your paint job and stuff, like it's gonna be gone in an instant, and it just doesn't even seem worth it at that point. Like I wouldn't even put a body on it to some extent.
Dude, I think you're crazy for saying you need to save up a bit before tossing those dollar bills around for a $2,000 like BMW driving school course. Best day you had in 3 months, Typical? What happened, dude? You get started on them babies or what? So, but yeah, Omni. So if you do an SCCA event, you have to register with the SCCA. At least I did here in Colorado when I did Solo 2. But you bring your own car. You have to do, like, you got to get there early. It's a long day. So I want to say I only did like 3 laps or something like that, but you still have to walk the track. You have to do driver's meeting, all kinds of shit like that. AAA says, or wing it. No, very much don't wing it. It's a good way to like die. I didn't say you were infinitely wealthy, but there is definitely a gulf between your means and some other people's means. That's all I'm saying. I understand and I respect the fact that like it's not a good idea to just go below 2 grand on a whim. But you know, in for a penny, in for a pound, bro. The thing you got to understand with that machine that you purchased is that it has significant upkeep costs. It's just a reality of being in that. I like that Illuminous is in here. Illuminous also knows that what you got, because I talked to him about it because he's a car guy. He's also worried for your safety. It's not going to milk your wallet. You just need to be aware. Like, you just need more knowledge, and then you'll be fine. And I know that you're not great at that. You don't like taking other people's advice. You love making your own mistakes. I strongly encourage you to just lean on other people's knowledge here. It'll be a growth opportunity for you, and it'll be difficult, but the consequences are you're out, like, tens of thousands of dollars because you made a mistake, or you're in the hospital, and tens of thousands of dollars in your car, right? Like, it's you got to be careful. Typical says, no, I came home at 5:30 p.m., slept instantly at 6. It's 2 a.m. almost. I feel so fresh. Now I got a 3-day holiday. Fuck yeah, dude. What's your holiday that you have? Do we have a holiday weekend this weekend too?
No, it was last weekend.
That's what I thought. I saw some shit saying it was like the local news was saying like things to do this holiday weekend, and it was like a news story from this morning. And I'm like, are you talking about last weekend, 9 News? What the fuck?
I don't see anything, at least that Google is telling me about.
Omni, when you are informed and you're taking care of your car appropriately, your highest costs are going to be in tires, and replacing your OEM brake pads eventually. One thing you have to worry about with the serious brakes that you have is what is called glazing on the pads. If you don't brake hard enough, you will have diminished braking feel. So you're gonna need to like actually fucking stomp on those brakes a little bit on occasion to if you're feeling like your brakes are like softer, because then you'll get more bite out of the pads. Did you say gross to glazing? Y'all realize my previous car in 2 years only had 7,800 miles on it? Yeah, that's not a lot of miles, dude. Typical married unk. Yeah, bro. See, we got Friday off because somehow the team was fast enough to complete the work day before without breaking anything. Yo, that's nice, dude. Good job, typical hardworking team. And then there's Saturday and Sunday. Awesome, dude. I'm happy for you. What are you going to do? Are you just going to vibe? Just going to chill at home? Put your feet up? Lean back? Just enjoy the melody? Sorry, I was Offspring posting there. I don't know if anyone knows the intro to Offspring Smash. Gonna touch grass. Good, dude. Very good. Good idea. Gross to 7,800 miles. Yeah. I think I've got 16,000 on my car. Illuminous, what are you at now? I know you drive all the time, dude. And that's not for like commute shit. That's for fun. Let me check what my mileage is. I thought this fucking app tells me my miles. Maybe not. I don't know. It's somewhere like 16, 17,000 miles. That's not bad for a car that I bought in 22. So I guess I bought it in 23. I ordered it late 22 and bought it early 23. That's when I took delivery. 27K. Nice, dude. Nice. Have you done pads yet, Illuminous? Oh, I know you had to because you also figured out that thing. So I had the same issue. I don't know if I told you this. Last time I took mine in for service, my rear pads were definitely worn more than the fronts because I was driving in a spirited manner without VSC or whatever in sport. So yeah, just make sure that you put it in sport before you start doing stuff. Turning Cog, why are you posting butt cheeks? Why are you posting the implication that you're poking butt cheeks? Instructions unclear. Okay, that's fair. I mean, Omni, like 7,800 miles is just barely past break-in period for a sports car. So like you got to put miles on the car. Oh, I see what you're going for. Okay. All right. I wasn't free associating in the same way. That's why I didn't understand what you're saying. Yo, thank you for the follow. No one. Noonin. Noonani. I don't know how you say that, but feel free to let me know if you want to chat. If you don't want to chat, also totally fine. But thank you for the follow. Yeah. Omni, are you still paying attention to me, or did you just walk away and you're ignoring me now? Dude, what is that, Tony?
I don't fucking know. Klein shape, I guess.
Okay.
See if we can get her going here. Oh, yeah.
No one else wants to talk about your car. Illuminous might. You have summer tires on your car, right? I think you said you had P0s. Yeah. But like summer tires are different. They don't wear in the same way. They will wear out way faster. They're a much softer compound. The reason why you don't want to drive summer tires in the cold is because the rubber compound gets very stiff, and when it is hard, it doesn't grip as well. So you go from like a squishy rubber wheel that has some flex and give to it to like a skateboard wheel that's like a polyurethane puck. You don't want that. Because it makes the driving characteristics very unpredictable. So you should know what your temperature ranges are and just be aware of. Here, I'll just look it up. They're Pirelli P0s. I'll look up what the temperature range is. Do you know if they're PZ4s, PZ4 Sports, all seasons? Do you know which model of P0 you have? Or which line? Stock. It looks like they might be PZ4s. It might be PZ4s. So, all right, whatever. Let's see. Best performance is 55F and above. So if it's below 55 for your road surface, you don't want to. You just need to be aware. It's not going to be like you can't drive the car. It's just not going to handle the way you think it will, at least until you warm those tires up. Assuming they're PZ4s. And you don't want to go below 45F because it could potentially crack the compound, and then you have like damaged tire integrity, and you don't want that. And don't say some shit like, I don't want to think about this stuff, because like you did this to yourself. You have to think about this. Otherwise, you're taking unnecessary risk. Think about driving it this weekend through the highway back behind us through the hills. Yeah, good idea. Do some upshift, some downshift. Make it a donk. Yeah, dude, put like a fucking 48-inch lift on it, man. And get some like 32-inch rims. Like a 1/4-inch sidewall tire. Rip all that suspension out, replace it with some leaf springs, dude. Let's go.
Paint the white wall on your tire instead of getting actual white wall tires.
Yeah, put some hydraulics on it with tiny tires. Tony, I think the chat overlay is broken. Last thing I see is gross from Illuminous, which was messages ago. But all good. No, I wouldn't. I don't think it's a
it's working
thing
on the other version I'm looking at, but I'll refresh it in a minute.
But yeah, Omni, don't do any hydraulic stuff. Have you played with your suspension settings at all? Because you should try out the different modes and see how it feels. Like, you really should. Also, don't just drive your car in sport or Sport Plus. I think BMW has Sport Plus. Let's see what this says. You can customize your M buttons, which is totally fine. Road Sport Track. I would at least... I mean, like, track is interesting. But I know you got, like, a ton of shit that you can, like, mix and match. Don't make M1 semi-mild. Make M1 full comfort. Aggressive steering? I didn't think this changed your steering ratio. I guess it does. Yeah, it changes your steering ratio. It says sport is sharper steering. Yeah, so what you're talking about is the ratio. So it's how much you move your wheel before the wheels turn. More luxury focused cars give you a lot more freedom to move the wheel before the car is like actually turning, so that you don't get like instant response from any drift of the wheel while you're driving. So what the sportier feel is a like very tight ratio steering rack, so that you move it a little and the car responds immediately. So comfort is more like you can be a little more chill, and it's not going to change direction rapidly. What's up, Brightside? How you doing? Did you have a good beat off last week, bro? I'll probably change the M1 to after I actually get past 1,200 miles. I don't be tempted to rip it too hard yet. I mean, just don't. It's not going to hurt it to put it into sport. You should. Just don't rip it. Like, shift between 3,000 and 4,000 RPM. Don't redline it. No, yesterday was 62. Hold on. Let me go look real quick. But I'm pretty sure yesterday was 62.
Yeah, we both update it right before the stream usually.
Yeah, update Twitch and Tony updates YouTube. You're living in Groundhog's Day? Nice, dude. Let's see here.
Videos. You already missed it, Cog. Somebody got it early on.
Yeah, LFQ and Burnt Pineapple were dueling for first today. It was like at the same time. It was cool. Hold on. What the hell is this thing doing? Live. Yeah, yesterday was 62. 6 days ago was 61. Yeah. And the reason why we missed one of these is because one of them, so it was normally even number on Wednesdays and odd number on Thursdays, but we interviewed you in the middle there, and so that threw the day off by one. So now the Wednesdays are odd and the Thursdays are even.
Here's the recent wins.
Oh shit, he got numbers for it. LFQ just dominating the board. Sparkle Loser with a clutch May 20th first. Let's go.
Leaderboard is right here. LFQ is 19. Second place is Cog with 7.
Omni, they do a break-in, but it's not the same thing, because like you don't want to just sit there running a motor on break-in. You need it to become conditioned. Like, it's like seasoning a pan, if that makes sense. You've got these sleeves that go in the cylinder, and those sleeves need to wear against your piston rings And when that wear gets put in there, you get like, you know, a contour to the inside of that cylinder sleeve.
And then your eggs don't stick anymore.
Exactly. The eggs don't stick to the inside of the cylinder wall. But yeah, so that's the deal with it. And the interesting thing is, like, after I passed break-in period on my car, it got louder and it gave me more power. It just does that. The computer controls some of it, but you as the driver are able to like beat the computer because they don't want to make it so that you can't get the car that you paid for out of the box, right? You know what I mean? So it's like this weird middle ground that they have to do. And the other thing you have to consider is that this is a very high performance motor. It's like almost a race car motor, but it's like detuned so that it works, you know, for the everyday person. Because if you bought a hypercar, your hypercar is going to go to the shop often because those motors are built with such tolerances that like shit just breaks sometimes because they'd be spinning real fast and, you know, making a lot of power. I get that, but they could dynamo the thing and alg it so that it breaks it in just like it needs. Think about the cost for that. And what you're thinking is dynamometer. The shorthand for that is dyno. The internet says it's a myth that the computer derates the car before 1200 break-in. That's stupid because the break-in period for my car was 5,000 miles.
There are some cars that have like a crazy like animation thing that like happens on the dashboard when you go over break-in, right? Like, and it probably doesn't let you turn on certain settings until it knows it's over it, right? I've definitely seen that.
My car absolutely was limited until I passed break-in period. It didn't tell me, hey, congratulations, you passed break-in. It just started to sound better. Like it was making louder, you know, downshift crackles and pops.
I feel like it was like either like a Mustang, a Camaro, a Corvette, some American sports car had some like ceremony that happened on the dashboard when you went over the break-in, and like
it was definitely a Corvette.
Yeah, there you go.
And they did that because it was like it was fun, you know, gimmicky. Well, says the BMW M4s aren't what? Like another thing you have to consider is that it's a turbo, you know, like, and I'm pretty sure the M4 is a twin turbo straight six, and like twin turbo shit needs, you got to be careful with the break-in. Your turbos live on oil, and if you do stuff that's going to fuck up oil flow, like it's not good. You're just going to like not have a lot of life out of it. And don't check the internet, dude. Literally go read your fucking owner's manual because that is definitive. The internet doesn't really know what the actual break-in period is. There's a section in your owner's manual that says, here's your break-in period. Here's how to do your break-in. My car really started to open up at like 7,000 miles, which is a weird thing to think about. But the break-in period was definitely 5,000 according to the manual. That's like, I didn't do any launches. So don't do any launches until you're at break-in period. Plug Claude into your OBD2 port and let him do your tune. Yeah, dude. That's what Adder did for his race car. Except that, well,
I guess that's actually true. I forgot about that.
Yeah, he did it with it. So he has a different. They have a standalone, like a race ECU is a different thing, but because you can like tweak everything in that, and you just have software for it. So yeah, he basically did that. What do you mean, Tony? What the fuck? He was that was like actually a serious car tuning thing. He was right on that. They do make. So there's, if you've ever heard the term piggyback, a piggyback ECU plugs into your OBD2 port and it modifies what the ECU is reading. So it sends false data to the ECU to make it work differently.
So is that the little like computer box thing when people have in their car? That's like, okay. Yeah, my brother definitely had that in his Forester. I never really understood what was going on there. But
piggyback is piggybacks are risky because if you really start seriously tuning, piggyback's not enough, and you can cause some damage to your car because you're tricking the ECU to do shit that it doesn't want to do normally. So if you get really high in the tuning, you want to just get a standalone. You replace the old ECU with like a fully customizable one. The Omni's probably ignoring me now because I was like, go read your owner's manual, and he's like Googling 1,200 mile break-in is a myth.
So he's Googling how to connect quad to car.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and you are going to be limited for the first like roughly 300 kilometers. It won't let you go past 4,500 RPM. It will short shift you, and then when you get to 1,200 miles, it raises it to 5,500. And then I'm assuming when you get to 5,000 or something like that, you'll get the full RPM range. But yeah, don't until you get to like 1,000 miles on the car, do not fully load. Like, don't stomp the throttle all the way to the floor. Some internets says it won't go past 5,500 RPM. Yeah, trust me, I'm being gentle on her. Yeah. No, I believe you. Pickleball OBD.
It is green, right? You should probably give it a cringe pickle name.
Yeah, dude.
Pickle Rick.
Pickle Greg, dude. Don't make fun of my typos. I'm reading what you write, bro. Also good that you said her. I was informed that cars aren't boys. Cars and boats are females, apparently. I don't fucking know why, but I guess that's the rule. I also don't name my cars. They roast my typos all the time. You ain't special. Facts, dude. Yes, absolutely true. I roast everyone's typos. Car gender is machine. Exactly. Okay, so yeah, don't redline it. You know, make sure that you're shifting under 4,500 RPM. Like, don't even try to get it to 4,500 RPM. What's up, Gil? Shouldn't cars be it? Yeah, I mean, I guess. Like, I can't think of the circumstance under which a car would have a pronoun. Yeah, it seems relevant to me.
When you name it Zora, then it,
yeah, exactly.
Then it's a he.
So she wanted to name it Zora, which is like,
that doesn't even make sense.
Well, it's fox in Spanish, but it's like a female fox.
They named the fish people on Zelda Fox in Spanish?
Yeah dude.
Interesting.
Yeah, Omni, that's the weird preferred subculture nomenclature, like to call cars like she. It's cars and boats are feminine for some reason. The Gremlin? Yeah, I mean, like, don't name your car, dude. That's cringe. There is an exception. If it's like a race car and you're building it, you could call it Project and then whatever you want to call it. I kind of thought the Green Goblin would work. Dude, just don't name it. You should call it M4 Competition, G82 M4. That's it. Or G82 Comp. That's fine. Car is also acceptable, yeah. So yeah, exactly. Don't hammer on the throttle for the first 1,000 miles. Short shift before 4,500 RPM, which if you stay in automatic, it will do. You can drive in manual. I would not recommend it because like it's not going to hurt it if you blip it once or twice. It's not going to hurt it. But you just don't want to make a habit of doing that. You don't want to beat on it until it's like really worn in. Yeah, you don't want a red line or sustained high RPM. Don't cruise control. Obviously, don't tow anything. Please, for the love of fucking God, do not put a trailer hitch on that car.
Why don't you
I will come find you and revoke your car if you do.
What's wrong with cruise control?
It keeps the engine RPM in a very specific range for break-in period.
Oh, okay.
Like these advanced cruise control things that we have on cars now, like it's extremely bad for the break-in period if you use car control.
Interesting.
Gotta go. Just came to say hi. GG. Good luck. Have fun. Yeah, of course, Gil. No worries. A tote box on the top. I mean, I think the M4. No, the M4 doesn't have a roof rack. I don't think it has rails for it. I know that the M3 M something, it's the 3 Series M240i type shit, whatever the fuck it's called, 340i. That I think has a roof rack. Like you could actually like mount rails if you wanted to put a roof rack on it. But yeah, so learn about your tires. Yeah, you got the carbon roof. Nice. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I thought that was one of the things with the comp. There's a couple carbon fiber parts, like the roof and some other weight reduction stuff. Like they pulled out some extra weight on it. They pulled that out, give you a more aggressive suspension tune with the stock mag ride shit, and then an extra like 40-50 horsepower or something like that with an engine tune, probably a more aggressive transmission tune, because these are both ZF8. I say both. My car and your car both have ZF8 torque converter gearboxes. Yeah. Alnamer, have fun watching me pull away from you. So the strength for your car, if you're doing a pull to race somebody, don't do it from a dig, which is a launch, like standing still. Your car actually doesn't launch super great. That's a specific thing to the car. So both of our cars have like software anti-hill roll things. So the accelerometer in the car knows when you're on an incline, and it will apply gentle brake pressure without you even touching anything. So that's what that is. That's what you're talking about. And then when you give it a little bit of throttle, it releases that brake and lets you move. It's weird, but yeah, it's just a special feature of the German cars. That's what they do. They have all that on like non performance models too. I have all that shit turned off. What's auto H, etc. And even flat when I lift brake, it takes a second, then releases. That's not the transmission. That's a safety feature that you can't turn off. If you want to, so my car also has they refer to it as Audi Presense, and that's where like the sensors can tell if you're going to have a collision. It will auto brake you. If you want to turn that off, you need to adjust your you said BMW's DSC. You need to adjust your DSC into sport or turn it off, and that will reduce the safety features in that regard. Auto H, auto hold is where it holds the brake on a hill or something. I don't think you can turn that off, dude. You might be able to turn it off if you had a manual. Oh, the manual does not have an auto hold feature like automatics. There you go. That's exactly it. So the thing you're talking about is for the automatic. Yeah, he got an M4 comp. He got the ZF8 automatic. Ooh, what BMW, Sushi? I feel like we've never talked about cars, have we, Sushi? I have a 22 B9.5 RS5. Third BMW, no regrets. Nice. Yeah, but this is the only one that's actually like a sports car. Z4 M40i is like kind of a sports car. It's definitely a sports car, but it's like, it's not a serious sports car. And then the X4 doesn't count as a sports anything. It's a SUV. I mean, M4 Comp is fun, but it's also like a track weapon, and it's like a lot more tool than you have the skill to utilize. I put in reverse in my flat garage, pull my foot off the brake, and it lags for a second, then it'll start going in reverse. Yeah, it's a safety feature, dude. They just don't want you to like fucking you have to recognize the fact that your car has 500 plus horsepower. You don't want it to just fucking rip as soon as you let go of the brake. Like that's for your own safety. You don't want that. Race cars that don't have that shit, it's very easy to like make mistakes in. 98 328 IS. 2740i. Ooh, 740, dude. 2020 basic 2 series that I hated. Yeah, I feel that. 22 M240i. Let's fucking go, bro. I respect the shit out of that purchase. 23X3 M40i. Nice. I mean, I wouldn't want like a. I mean, dude, E30 BMW Tony is goated, so you're cool there with the 91 3.
It was my first car. I loved it, but it was kind of a shit bucket.
Yeah, that era of BMW was plagued by mechanical issues. It's just that's what they just had.
My timing belt went, and I had to rebuild the head and stuff. So learned a lot about working on cars.
Yep.
I hated the fucking reverse hood. That's the worst part. Do they still do that?
No.
Oh, thank God.
That was like a very specific E30 era thing. And I think they did the reverse hood. I can't remember why. There was like some justification that they did for it that everyone was like, why the fuck would you do this? It's like impossible to work on.
So annoying. It was like the first thing you do, you got to work on the car. It's like, well, we're just going to take the hood off. All right.
Yep. Literally just take it all the way off.
Yep. Take it all the way off.
That's Adder's fucking race car is a custom hood. About it. It's a completely custom hood. He like pulled all that shit out. Yeah. Dude, like his hood is a like fucking fiberglass panel that he built for it.
Because not only would it open backwards, it would like, if I remember correctly, it would kind of like pop up weird, and then you had to like slide it, and then it would open. Yep. And so it was like complicated and didn't work right all the time. Like, oh, it's awful.
That I think is the hallmark of German over engineering in a vehicle. Yep. Like, why did you do that? Nobody wanted that. Nobody needed it.
My sister had a Beetle, and it was so fucking hilarious because you would have to like take the tire off to change the battery.
Yep.
Whoever designed that car is a fucking masochist.
Are you? This is like a classic Beetle, or are you talking about the newer one?
A turbo diesel, probably call it like a 2006.
Yeah,
something like that.
Dude, those suck, man. What a!
It was fun to drive, but like working on it was not a good time.
The fucking thing is a Hellraiser cube puzzle to open. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so Sushi. Here's the thing. This is Omni's first serious sports car. His Z4, he didn't know how to adjust the DSC modes for it, so like he's never changed those settings in it. So I'm very concerned with him for having purchased the comp version of an M4, just because I wanted to be safe and not destroy his car or die. I realized the M240i was all the power in a car I'd ever need. Put a downpipe on it, stage 1 tuning. That was more excitement than I needed. Yeah, so for what it's worth, Sushi, my RS5 only has suspension and handling mods. I didn't do a power tune on it. It's still 450 horsepower. So, like, that's a lot. It's a fucking lot of horsepower. I will eventually do it. Yeah, no worries, Sushi. Take it easy.
Yeah, that's about what I have in my truck, and I feel like I definitely maybe touch like 10% of it. Almost ever. And
I mean, I definitely go ripping in the RS5, but like, it's a good time. Car called to me and haunted me. Dude, it's a good car. It's a fantastic fucking car. That's almost what I bought. I just couldn't get past the aesthetics of the front end. I've come around on it a little bit more, but like I was saying that Turning Cog asked if you bought a Liberty Walk kit. No, he did not. And
those look sick. I had not seen those until he was showing us those.
Yeah, Turning Cog. I told him to get the fascia and the grill, the aftermarket one that makes it look more like an older BMW styling. And he was like, I really like this weird ass styling that nobody likes. So I don't know. Omni's going to be Omni. He's going to do his own thing. I have come around. I do think the M3 or M4 CSL that they did, which is like 150 grand, absurdly expensive. I thought that looked really cool. That's where they took out the extra like grill bits that go in the middle. It's just basically open. You see like a chassis and radiator brace. I think that looks cool as fuck, but I don't know. I still think it looks way better with like a more traditional, smaller kidney grill instead of these big like pig nose lungs that they put on the G82. I think it's just a big styling miss, and it's the worst part about it is they look terrible in photos, but when you look at them in real life, it looks totally fine. In real life, they look fucking great. Whereas like from some angles, my car I think can look a little bit weird in real life, but it photographs tremendously well. It just always looks good from like any angle. So I don't know. It's weird. Some cars are more photogenic than others. They look totally different in person. So yeah, Omni. Don't play with your engine power settings. Play with your suspension and like steering settings. Get used to what they do and how they feel. And the power stuff will come in like 5,000 miles. It's very, very important because you have all that stuff in there. And also, don't drive your car around in sport all the time. Like, just don't. There's no reason to. You're going to get worse gas mileage. It's going to be a lot less comfortable. Buying a car like that, you're getting into the like. It's one of the few cars that you can get that has like it can still be a chill daily driver, but then also be like a crazy fucking track weapon. I love the feel of sport, says the guy who's like not accelerating a bunch. That's crazy. What do you love about the feel? Just the stiffer ride and the steering response? Z4 in sport 100% of the time? That's crazy, dude. You could definitely have bought a car that doesn't have those settings for way cheaper that just feels like that all the time. There are plenty of cars like that. Admittedly, the steering is one of the weaker points in the Audis. They're typically criticized for having a very numb steering response feeling. Feels more like a video game than like a mechanical steering rack. But I don't mind it. It's totally fine for me. And I feel like the response is pretty good. It's just not as dialed in as like an M4 comp. Yeah, but those aren't BMWs. I mean but why are you buying it for the badge? That's crazy. I need to work on the steering settings in the M4. The Z4 feels tighter. I don't understand what you mean when you're saying tighter. So like this is the important thing. You have to really understand what the differences are, what the pros and cons are to being in different modes before like, so just play with all of them. Don't be like, I'm going to set it here and leave it here. That's why you have all those buttons that you can like press M1 and it's on a certain preset, press M2 and it's on a different preset. He wants to make his coworkers jealous. Bro works from home. What's up, Marengo? 95 Toyota Corolla with 100K miles on it. Fuck yeah, dude. That's a great car. Like you'll never see me shit on those like old reliable Japanese cars.
It's actually really low miles for a 95.
Yeah, for real, dude. That's fucking sick, man. Like my neighbor bought a Toyota Crown, and he was like, he thought I was gonna make fun of him for it because he knows my car, and I was like, "Yo, you got a fucking Crown? That's so sick!" I was all excited. He's like, "Dude, what the fuck?" He's like, "You're the only person I've ever met who knows what a Crown is for one, and for two, you're excited about it." He's like, "This is like a boring, old person sedan," and I'm like, "The Crown has been around in Toyota for like, or in Japan for like 60 fucking years. It just recently came to the US. I thought I was never going to see one. And then here, my neighbor fucking buys one. And I was like, that's what got me excited. I don't tell my coworkers about my crazy. I mean, I don't know if I believe that. They probably just know. Marengo, my first two cars were Toyotas. Not as good as the Corolla. I had Tercels, which are objectively garbage fucking cars. Yeah, I had very bad car history, and I didn't buy those of my own volition. It was like I was talking to my mom about needing a car, and I was like, here's how much I want to spend. This is what I want to get. This is what I was looking at. And she just went and grabbed like a fucking want ad out of the paper and was like, I talked to this guy, you're getting this car. And I was like, why the fuck did you do that? Like, I didn't even have a choice. Your friend's divorced dad drove it to her cell? Yeah, real shit. 100% divorced dad car. Yeah.
Yep. Very much.
I mean, don't get me wrong, dude. I fucking whipped that car. It was not powerful, but I took that shit. I carried some speed in that bitch, dude. I went around corners.
Is that the one you replaced the motor in?
Yeah. And I went around corners to make it inertial drift, which is like you're carrying so much speed that like you hit the brake as you go into the corner and the back end comes around. I could do that shit all the time. I also learned how to shift it without the clutch, which was fun. Up and down. I mean, I feel that's the kind of car you learn how to do that shit on, right? Like, who gives a fuck if you break something? And it's also like built to such insane sloppy tolerances because it's a Toyota that you can like do dumb shit to it and you're not going to break the car.
Is it a rear wheel?
No, front wheel drive, both were.
Wheel, yeah. See, my BMW is rear wheel, so that was always fun. Get real squirrely.
Oh yeah. I like my car because it's easy to work on and maintain. I can do an oil change without jacking it up.
Oh, dude, nice, dude. Hell yeah.
Yeah, Marengo, I'm literally not memeing. I'm not being sarcastic. 95 Corolla is a good car. It's a fucking great car. It's not fancy. It's not fast. Doesn't have any luxury, but that bitch will run until the fucking, sun explodes. Like,
I think somebody's done 2 million miles on a Corolla.
Yeah.
If I am not mistaken. It's like the car that has the highest possible odometer reading that anybody's ever had.
The LX model with an electric sunroof. Oh, shit. I didn't know it was like that. Fucking fancy pants over here, bro. The limited trim. Let's go, dude. Nice. I like it. Did you put like a sound system in it or anything, man? So Omni, one thing I do know about the M4 versus the RS5 is I don't have a lot of settings I can change. It's basically like I get steering, noise, so noise being like baffles in the exhaust, timing and suspension or something like that. And they're all like comfort or sport. And then there's like a middle ground that's like auto. So I don't, the suspension one doesn't do anything because I replaced all the dynamic ride control shit. I completely ripped it out and just replaced it with like KWV3 sport coilovers all the way around. So my ride doesn't change, but the dampers are nice so that under low speeds, you don't get the really, really bumpy, jarring feel. Oh, you did do mods, performance mods. Let's go. Headers, exhaust, sway bar, and wider wheels. Did you only do one sway bar or both? And that's like literally what I did to my RS5 minus the headers because like there's no exhaust performance gains to be had in my car. It just makes it fucking loud, and I like that my car is not loud. It can be loud because it has a baffle or a valved exhaust, so it's got like multiple channels, so like they close and go through an extra muffler in comfort mode, so it's quiet and tame. And then you open it up and it's like, whoa, like starts making a lot of fucking noise. So I don't want to get rid of that. It's an expensive, stock exhaust kit. There's no reason to get rid of that shit. But I did front and rear sway bars. I did suspension all the way around, KWV3s, stainless steel braided brake lines. I went from 9-inch wide wheels all the way around to 10.5-inch on front and rear. I think that's it. It's lowered, height adjustable suspension. So yeah, I did upgrade the stereo to have Bluetooth. Nice. That's awesome. Stupid oil filter on my partner's car shoots oil on the frame every time we change it. Nice oil change experience is a real treat. Dude, my oil change experience sucks. You have to unplug a bunch of shit and like remove a bunch of things off the top of the motor. The filters on the top And if you want to drain it from the bottom and not use a vacuum pump to like suck all the oil out from the top of the motor, you have to remove like aero panels underneath the car and like a bunch of other shit just to get to the bottom drain plug. And it's so low you can't fit under it. So, yep. Yeah, to suffice it to say, I have not personally changed the oil on my car yet because I don't have the vacuum pump. I do want to get one because I want to see what my oil looks like. See if I got any metal shavings or anything in there. Apparently, I don't, and it's fine. But the other thing that's crazy, Turning Cog, is my car, even though it's like a performance sports car, the recommended like in the owner's manual oil change interval is once a year or every 10,000 miles, which is fucking crazy because it's a very high performance motor. Like that's the weirdest fucking shit to me. So yeah, once a year oil change apparently in the new high end German cars. Omni's fucking M4 is going to be the same way. Once a year every 10,000 miles. That we do also have to use expensive oil though. We have to go full synthetic on our motors, 100%. Marengo, I don't know what kind of motor you can swap into those, but you should put a big motor in that Corolla, dude. Get something crazy. Get like here, I'm gonna see. '95 Corolla engine swap 4AGE. I mean, that's gonna be hard to find. 20 valver is gonna be nuts. 4AGZE, which is a turbo version. 1ZZFE, that's probably the one you want to go for. Or a 2ZZ. But 4AGE or AGZE is like fucking rare. Like you can't really find those anymore because they're really popular to do swaps in the older Corollas with. I think I can do a full piston and header swap. I mean, that's a lot of work though. If you want more power, I would say first thing to do is just go with a turbo. You can probably turbo that motor pretty easily and not have to do a bunch of internal stuff. Tony, I'm going to be right back, okay?
All right. We'll at least put the Unreal sound through. We've been trying to make the sound a little better here. Where is it? Sometimes I have such a hard time finding certain things in the list here in Unreal. Or in OBS, I mean. Oh, yeah, it doesn't even let me pick Unreal Editor. Why? Okay, never mind. Okay, maybe that'll do it. I was just telling him I'm trying to get maybe the Dread audio to come through here.
I like Brightside's message. Turbo this, turbo that. Don't let it distract you from the fact that Helen Keller is a conspiracy. Bro.
Helen Keller is a conspiracy, okay.
Just, wow. The entire person is a conspiracy.
I haven't heard that one. Just the whole story.
Brightside, are you a COD gamer? Are you excited about Modern Warfare announcement? That just happened today. Is it Treyarch?
Infinity Ward does Modern Warfare, I'm pretty sure. Do I fucking look like a COD gamer?
I mean, I don't judge people in that way, bro. I don't know what you're trying to say. Let's see. Who is fucking making this? That is Infinity Ward. Yeah, Treyarch does the like World at War and shit like that, right?
Black Ops.
Yeah, they do the bad CODs. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being a COD gamer, dude. There's a certain type of COD gamer that gives everyone else a bad name, but I think the COD games are fun. Anyway, Modern Warfare 4 coming this year in October. New Arc Raiders, anti-cheat bricks, cheaters, DMA cards. What's a DMA card?
I was reading about this. There's like a peripheral you can get that I think plugs into your PCI slot on your motherboard that facilitates cheating in Valorant, and like
it's like input pass through,
or like bypasses the kernel level type shit or something. Yeah, I'm not positive, but they put out a patch that like made it so they won't work, and people were saying that it was bricking these. I think the device costs like
it's expensive, yeah,
like $2,500, $4,000, something like that. Yeah,
good.
Well, but and they clarified they're like, we're not breaking anybody's $4,000 device, but we are doing something that like prevents it from working in Windows on your operating system until you like. They even explained how to undo it, because like they didn't want this thing going around that like they might accidentally brick somebody's computer and make people think the wrong thing. So
they also might get sued by the manufacturer.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Yeah. So it's a very reversible thing, but it does completely disable the piece of hardware in Windows when you have Valorant installed.
Fucking based.
Yeah.
Good job. Whatever the fuck that studio's called. I can't remember right now.
Riot?
The Finals guys. What?
No, this is for Valorant.
Oh, he's talking about Arc Raiders.
I swear I saw that in regards to Valorant.
Embark, thank you.
Okay, maybe I'm saying the wrong thing.
It could be both, honestly.
It's probably both, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was Riot doing it initially because they're like the big Denuvo guys, right?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. I don't know, I feel like games that are released every year to separate you from as much of your money as possible aren't games I look forward to. Yo, that's fair, Brightside. Yep, Steam Deck got a huge price markup. Huge. I don't know if you saw that, Tony.
Yeah, it did. And it also still sold out pretty much instantly, even though it's like 30% more expensive now.
Yeah, based Embark for doing that, and based Riot for doing that. Xbox handheld might be the best bang for your buck now. I mean, who fucking knows, bro? It's got better RAM. Who knows? That thing might be like $1,000. They haven't released any pricing information, have they? I think it's still just kind of like we're making it, but we haven't released any information about it yet. Low end model was like $800. Oh boy. Does it run with me? Wait, what? What are you talking about, Turning Cog? Could be wrong, but I think the prices were the same as the OG Steam Deck prices. I see. How? Here, let's just do this. Cost of new Xbox handheld device.
Xbox $599 for the 16 gig, 512, and $999 for the 24 gig, 1 terabyte. Yeah, that is quite a bit better value.
We're talking about the ROG Ally, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I bet that price will go up, but they probably have a lot of them in stock because I feel like nobody was buying them.
Yeah, I mean, why would you get a ROG Ally if you could get a Steam Deck?
Yep.
Or a Switch 2, you know?
Yep.
I don't know. Okay, so Modern Warfare announcement. They're skipping PS4 and coming to Switch 2, which I think we knew. They've already said that they were going to do no last gen. So no PS4, no Xbox One. They're also turning off Warzone, which is interesting. So like OG Warzone is going to be shut down.
Oh, okay. OG Warzone.
Yeah. So like the ones that you would be playing on PlayStation and Xbox is off now, or going to be turned off. Does it run all games though? Yeah, literally no one has heard of an Ally. I feel like you're an Ally, Brightside. What's the current Xbox model? Series S and Series X. I don't have either of those because I just don't care. Normally I would have bought one, but you know, I don't care.
I don't know that there's a single game that
there's not a reason
you couldn't play on PC. Yeah.
Yeah, there's just not a reason to buy one. Which I think is a big failure on Microsoft's part to like not secure first party titles that would compel someone. Yeah, dude, so did I. I missed this entire generation, Brightside. I got a PS5 I want to say like a year or two after they came out. One of my coworkers bought one in like the post 2020 times and was like, I just bought this because I thought I wanted one, but I don't really want one. I don't really have time to play games. And I was like, well, that's weird. You work at a game studio, but that's cool, man. And so he's like, does anyone want this? And I was like, yeah, I'll buy it. And he didn't charge me any fees or anything. He just fucking sent it to me. It was chill. Just a retail price. Probably because what you just mentioned, there's literally no reason if there's no exclusives. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Even a Switch with its exclusives can convince you. I mean, I guess you got to be like a specific kind of Nintendo fan, you know? Like for what it's worth, we got a Switch too because my wife really wanted to play Pokopia. So we now have a Switch 2, which means that I'm going to play Star Fox on it. But otherwise, there wasn't really a reason to do it. I still use my Switch. Switch 1 is fine. I mostly game on my laptop or my PC anyway. I played Death Stranding on PS5 because I couldn't play on anything else, but I wanted Animal Crossing and like 2 other games. I couldn't justify the Switch purchase. Yeah. Imagine having 0 games. I mean, that's why they got destroyed in the marketplace. Like, it's fucking over for Xbox. They're in a bad way. I don't know if you've been around when we were talking about their like financials and stuff. This was probably over the last couple months, but Xbox is like the reason why they changed leadership away from Phil Spencer to Asha Sharma. So Asha is the new head. She came from their AI division, is the new head of Xbox. Like a lot of people are saying isn't a gamer, made her first Xbox account 3 months before she got the job. Xbox Live account. Anyway, the reason they did all of that and they did a leadership shakeup and they're changing all these things is because under Phil Spencer, the last 9 years of the Xbox brand were negative financials. They lost money for almost 10 years on the Xbox brand. That's real bad, dude. I didn't mention Adder talking about race cars and COD. Yeah, I did. I absolutely did. I did a whole thing about Adder's E30 when Sushi was here. That's absurd. Yeah, dude. A decade in the red in the last year. So the last year Phil Spencer was in charge before they switched to Asha Sharma was the record loss year at like 15% negative. It's fucking crazy. So it was like the biggest loss was the last year of Xbox. Makes me feel good. I've only been in the red 2 years. Yeah, hell yeah, Brightside. Oh, Summon. I'm sorry. Yeah. Well, for what it's worth, we were yapping at Adder a bunch today, so he might have gotten his fill of the Vince and Tony show. I've only been gaming in the gaming business for 2 years, but yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, dude, you're doing great. Only being in for 2 years and having 2 titles out, that's fantastic, man. But yeah, so like, I don't know if you know this about hardware platforms, Brightside, but consoles do not make money on sales. Like the console sale itself generally costs the company money every time they build one and sell it to a customer, or they break even. There's like basically no profit in that. It's all to get you into their ecosystem, and then they make money. So Phil Spencer was trying a bunch of different stuff, and it obviously wasn't working. He tried to go away from exclusives and push Game Pass. That didn't work. Asha has been talking about really heavily pushing Game Pass and overhauling it. I don't think it's gonna work because it didn't fucking work under Phil Spencer. So I don't know. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Yeah. So what incentive does Xbox have if they have no ecosystem to push their streaming service? Yeah, that's what they're trying to do, is get you into Windows, handheld,
Game Pass,
console. Yeah, it's all Game Pass related stuff. So
monthly
you buy
recurring
a game.
revenue.
Yep. You buy a game on Game Pass and you can play it on your PC or your console or your handheld. That's what they're trying to do. But nobody wants that right now. Like, gamers just don't want that. The whole market is on PC right now, which is very weird because I remember a time when PCs were like considered to be dying out entirely as entertainment devices.
If they could get people to use Game Pass, like, one, they'll get money, of course, but like there's a lot of like data and analytics and like marketing and like, I guess, like R&D type stuff that they get from that they don't have otherwise, just in terms of like what are people actually playing and what's popular and what's performing well. Like, when they don't have a foothold in the ecosystem at all, I think it's really hard for them to make decisions about stuff like that. And there's a lot of like not straightforward incentives for it outside of just money.
As crazy as this is going to sound, Brightside, the whole chase from big corporations just in general right now, not just entertainment, but especially in entertainment, is towards a service. Everyone's trying to subscription model service every product. So they're not making physical products that people buy and own. They're trying to make it so that you lease or rent everything, because then you get monthly recurring revenue. And over time, that far outscales an individual product sale. So there's this huge push to try and chase this shit, and it obviously doesn't work. We've seen this happen over the last 3 years with AAA making massive mistakes in the marketplace by trying to chase games as a service. And so Microsoft, for the last couple of years, has been trying to chase platform service, and nobody wants it. No one cares. There's nothing you can get specifically on the Xbox marketplace that makes it a good value. So like, they even increased Game Pass prices to like 30 fucking bucks and then dropped it again under Asha. She offered some more tiers. If you subscribe to Discord Nitro, you get the most rudimentary basic Game Pass, which gets you some older games that you can play. It's really weird. I'm not sure what they're doing, but it's not looking good for Xbox in general. Yep, and they are chasing their tail. The crazy thing about this is they're talking about these huge services that are wildly expensive to develop and flesh out, and there's no market there. This is the thing you've probably heard me, whine about for a couple of years, about how you have these MBAs in the entertainment software, sector, that come in and they think, well, we've applied this to this other business that people really like, like a Fitbit, right? You pay for a service for that, fitness tracker, whatever. We see all these other things that are super successful. We could do that here. And there are numbers that say, here's the broad audience. The difference that they're not understanding is gaming is still a niche hobby. It's not, there's some misrepresentation in the data when you consider, I don't know if you were here the other day when I was talking about mobile gaming and people playing like Candy Crush for like an hour a week. Those people are being considered gamers, and they're trying to chase those people to get them into an Xbox. They're never going to fucking play an Xbox. They're gaming on their phone when they're like riding a bus, in an elevator, taking a shit. Like, that's not a gamer. Those are not the people carrying the whole market. And so like chasing this broad audience it's a waste of time. Like, it's not fucking working. Gaming is not a mainstream hobby. Normies do not game at all. A lot of people grow out of that and they're like mid-20s. You get out of school, you start working a regular job, your time becomes consumed with many, many things in life. And entertainment is a much, much smaller part of that. And so if you recall, there was the head of Microsoft was saying that Xbox isn't competing with Sony or Nintendo. Xbox is competing with social media. And I'm like, I understand why you would say that, but that's just so fucking tone deaf for what your audience is as gamers. It just doesn't work that way. Welcome back, Sushi. So yeah, it's a multi-layered, complicated thing that the business leaders in the game industry just don't understand, because a lot of them aren't good at making games. They don't understand what like makes someone go, holy shit, this looks like a banger. I want to spend 60 to 80 bucks on a new game, and I'm going to play the fuck out of it. Yo, welcome, Boom Raiders. I want to play the fuck out of that
Boom
game.
Raiders.
And that's a good value for me, right? Like, the people who do that, gaming is their main hobby, and they're not normal. Like, gaming is my main hobby. I'm not a fucking normie. I'm a weirdo. I don't leave my house. Leaving my house is going to the grocery store and the gym. That's it. Next evolution of Arc Raiders, Boom Raiders. Fuck yeah. Yeah, get the Beppis, dude. If you make a game for everyone, you make a game for no one. Exactly, Marengo. And that's the thing that I keep trying to say is, like, unfortunately, the 80-20 rule still applies, especially in the game industry. 80% of people who, in these big data, huge chunks of analytics that people look at over a year and like do surveys and focus groups, out of the 100% of people who play games, 80% play games for like an hour or less a week. That's not a hobby. That's like I'm bored affectation, and monetizing those people is very, very difficult to do. So a devoted, sincere entertainment platform is not the right product for those people because they're never going to do it. And the hardcore gamer fucking does not want a game as a service. They want Steam so that they can go buy a game that they think is interesting. And those people are buying, upwards of 6 games a year, and having that more than 6 games a year, that 20% of the audience supports the entire industry because the spend is way fucking higher. 5 streams of stolen code. Let's go, Boom. You don't even have to steal it. We'll just give it to you. Yeah, Sushi, I went back off of cards, but, now that you're back, we can talk about cars again. But, so yeah, we were talking about, there's a new COD that was announced. It's more satisfying stealing it. Okay, we can maintain the illusion. So yeah, new COD was announced, Modern Warfare 4. Not going to be on old platforms. Warzone is going to be shut down on PlayStation and Xbox. So like Xbox One and PS4, no longer going to be able to play that stuff. Adder, there you are, brother. Less advanced warfare for sure. Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of the major news. This other thing that I thought was kind of interesting is I see from VGC, which is a UK publication, the Shovel Knight Studios Make or Break new game has the highest reviews of the year. So this is about Mina the Hollower. And they're saying like the Metacritic score is a 92, which is #1 above Forza Horizon 6, Pocopia, Resident Evil Requiem, Eugenics. This is the crazy thing to me about this. This game is not out yet. This game will release tonight in like 6 hours. And they're saying it has the highest Metacritic score? What the fuck are we doing? Like, this is insanity. So this is just, I don't know. I'm just tired of this shit. I really wish we would stop doing this. The game has sold exactly 0 copies because it's not available for purchase, and they're like glazing it already, saying it's the highest rated game of the year. Got to get them journalism clicks. I mean, they got a click out of me to read this to be like, really? Is it that good? And then I was like looking at it. I'm like, you can't even fucking buy this game yet. Let me look again. I'll tell you guys exactly when it comes out. The other thing that's crazy to me about Mina the Hollower is it is like retro-inspired 8-bit graphics. There's too many colors for it to truly be 8-bit, but the visual fidelity is in
Your mic's doing the thing.
Is that better?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Visual fidelity is like an 8-bit style. So it's like an NES game, and it's brand new in 2026. Comes out today. So there's a lot of other visual effects and visual style that could never have been done on an NES that they're doing this in. But they're like, this is Game Boy Advance style. And I'm like, why does anyone want this? I don't understand. Mina the Hollower. It's the Shovel Knight guys. It's their next game, Yacht Club Games. We're aligning to consumers as standard practice. Easy. Yeah, that's true. I vote Mushroom Simulator Co-op for Game of the Year. Do you just be a mushroom in that, dude? Is that like Cactus Simulator? Co-op? Oh shit. Dude, that's crazy. Okay, so you just like be a mushroom. All right.
Here's this game. I put it up.
Yeah, that's Mina the Hollower. So yeah, look at the visuals of this. Brand new game, 2026. I don't get it. Like, there's obviously going to be nostalgia bait. People will want this. The mechanics look really good, but like, video games have come a pretty long way. Not everything has to be 3D, but like, why lean into the style? That's what I don't understand. Like, at least make it like 16-bit or 32-bit, and you can do more interesting visuals. It is an NES game. No, dude, it's an NES game.
Yeah,
not even
NES,
Super
not
Nintendo.
SNES. Yeah.
It's 8-bit. They said it's Game Boy Color inspired. But if you look at this, the color palettes are too deep. There's too many colors here. It can't just be 8-bit. So it's 8-bit sprite style. This just looks weird to me. I don't get it, guys. But that's just me. I think it's a vibe, but I also think prematurely calling it Game of the Year is pretty crazy. Absolutely fucking crazy. The fact that it has the highest Metacritic score and the game isn't even out is infuriating. Like, it makes me angry. I'm just like, why? Why are the games journalists? Okay, hold on. As I think about this, I remember reading something in this article. This guy was just going, gushing about how much he's enjoyed. I should clarify who wrote this. Andy Robinson. Okay, so he is gushing about how much he loved the game. And he goes, from start to finish, Mina the Hollower had me enthralled, which is pretty incredible for a game that ran me about 18 hours for a first-time playthrough. Okay, we know how bad games journalists are at games. Is this really like a 10-hour playthrough for a real gamer? It might be. And then the other thing to consider here is, what does this game cost? I'm looking at Mushroom Simulator. I was like, it's $3. Do we not have a price on this yet? Mina the Hollower.
No, I don't think it shows because it's not for sale on Steam yet.
All right, it looks like they're saying it's going to be $20 digital distribution. I mean, that's kind of fair. But Game of the Year, $20, small indie game that you can beat in like 10 to 20 hours? I don't know. That ain't no Game of the Year for me. I'm sure it's a good game. It looks like it has some good mechanics just based on this like montage that I'm watching on the Steam page, but I don't know, man. Yeah, it's cheaper than that, Turning Cog, which is a good sign. It does the style well, but I feel like it'd be so much more enticing with some actual pretty visuals. Yeah, I agree, Sushi. That's what I was saying. Like, 8-bit style pixel art is weird. It's a weird choice. At least do 16. Give it a little more interesting sprites. Like, good Lord. Honestly, I got like 40 hours of Subnautica in the past 2 weeks. That was a solid $7. Yeah, dude. That's a good purchase for sure. $1 per hour out of it, I feel happy with the purchase. Yeah, exactly. Like, I bought Everything is Crab for $8.
Yep. But that does mean you need to get 70 hours out of like a AAA game now, and that's a high bar.
I got 30 hours out of Everything is Crab, and I'm not done with it. There's a lot more to play, so that seems good.
And I feel like it's funny because you'll get like, if we want to do the dollars per hour, like I feel like I have many games where they were $20 or under, and I've like 20x'd the dollars per hour. And then I have many games that I paid between $50 and $80 for that, like I never reached $1 per hour on.
Yeah, and Diablo 4.
That's just how it goes sometimes. Like Noida probably cost me like $10 on sale or something.
Yep.
Like
the absolute most optimized version of that was when you bought me Vampire Survivors for $1, and I've put like 150 hours into it or something like that.
Oh, absolutely. It's kind of the same for me. I think somebody gave me Risk of Rain 2 for free, and that's my most played game, so that one might count. But
266 hours in Vampire Survivors with the game was $1.
Adder, you said, do you want 70 hours out of a game? That seems like a massive commitment. I think my response to that would be, I want a game that makes me want to play it for 70 hours. And that is a hard thing to find these days. So it's not that I want to play a game for 70 hours, but like I'm absolutely game to do it if it's a game that I actually enjoy. So yeah.
Adder, I will say as a hardcore gamer, sorry, AAA, I'll get to you in 1 second. As a, you know, a hardcore gamer, I'm satisfied with a game that gives me over 100 hours, regardless of the price. Like I'm cool with that. And they're most of the games that I've played that I really like and I've spent a lot of time with. I looked at like my Steam, you know, played hours and stuff like that, and they're all around 100 hours plus. And that's when I'm like, that was a good game, and I feel happy with that purchase.
Like any game that gets over 30 hours is getting up like above this line right here for me, which like I love all of these games basically. So like a lot of the time, like, you know, if I want to look at it kind of from that perspective, like anything that gets up into the upper echelons here generally is a game that I really like and I've played a lot. But I don't know, there's definitely going to be a lot of games strewn throughout here that you know, don't totally fall into that, and I've played and enjoyed quite a bit as well too. But I don't know. It's just, that's another perspective that sometimes I'll take on it, is like I do sort my Steam library by like time played, and it's always interesting to see like Noida has all of a sudden made it into the top row after LFQ got me addicted to it again. So that was probably not even on the first page recently.
Sushi, let's be real though. How much have you spent on keys and cases, dude? What do your gloves and skins economy look like? How much?
My highest game on here is Warframe, which is a free game for sure. So
MS2 got the girth, so I was curious. Fuck yeah, dude.
Oh yeah, he was telling me about how much content is in MS2, and shit sounds like fucking Elden Ring. Like,
dude, I love it. That sounds fantastic.
What about Warframe?
Are you unfamiliar with it, Brightside? I mean, I was able to get 3,700 hours. Every other game should follow suit. Keys and cases, maybe $40 total. I just bought skins directly. Okay, so how much have you spent on skins, bro? That's the important thing, because your dollar per hour here is going to be different with 3,700 hours in. Because like my League of Legends is, you know, something like that in the thousands of hours, but like I want to say I probably spent close to like $1,200 or something like that on skins. Well, I'm totally fine with. I wasn't like, oh, I regret buying the skins. I had a good time buying the skins, and I loved playing League. It was a good time.
Warframe is like if like they made like kind of a free Chinese MTX version of Destiny, I guess.
Yeah,
a little
I
bit.
think that's fair. Yeah,
like there's a ton of content. It's a third-person shooter generally. It's been in active development for 15 years or something now, and they constantly have added new stuff, and they don't really take stuff away. So there's like so much stuff to do in it, and it's very weird. And it's one of those games where you kind of have to like have the wiki open constantly while you're trying to understand how it works, and it requires a huge time commitment. But I had a really good time with it for a long time, and I've tried to go back to it a few times, and it just doesn't really hit for me anymore. But you know, if you're ever looking for kind of like a Diablo with guns, third-person shooter type thing, like it's not a bad game, and it's totally free.
So. PvE looter shooter is like the best way to think about it.
Very PvE, kind of like Horde Wave. Like the levels are procedurally generated. There's quite a few of them at this point, so you get a lot of variety. But like it's just kind of like tile sets, and they tend to follow certain patterns that you start to recognize after a while. But like you can get severely broken and OP, and the movement feels really good, and you know, it's not a bad game. Again, most played game in my Steam library, nothing has ever overtaken it, and that was like probably in 2016 or something like that. So
how do you look at hours played? Where's the thing? Is it in profile?
You can, if you like click library up here so that you get the drawer thing, you can do sort by at the top here, hours played.
I clicked a little drawer.
Yeah, just right at the top above the tiles, top left. You might have to be on like a shelf or something. Yeah, I can put it in all games sorted by hours played.
In library filters? What did I click on? I fucked it up. I have this covering the stream, so I couldn't see what you clicked on.
Just click library up here so that you get this like tile screen, and then up here,
okay,
yeah,
cool.
you get sort by.
I'm there. Yeah, my top played on Steam is Civ 6, then Slay the Spire, Elden Ring, Terraria, Risk of Rain, Total War Warhammer 2, Darkest Dungeon. Let's go down to 100 hours and under. Dark
That's a small
Souls
club
2.
for me. These are the only ones over 100 hours. I know it's probably very small for you guys, but Vampire Survivors is 99.4, and then everything above there is over 100. But it's a small club for me.
I have 5 rows of games that I've put over 100 hours into.
Goddamn.
Yeah, and the highest is like 1,000. You know, my time in Destiny was like 3,000 hours.
Just my time in Destiny would absolutely be the highest here, and no game would come close to it. But it all happened on Blizzard Launcher, so it does not appear here.
Yeah, I've got 322 hours in Balatro, 266 in Vampire Survivors, XCOM 2, 265, Mugenics 230, Griftlands 184, Octopath Traveler 180, Monster Hunter Wilds 170, Divinity Original Sin 2 164, Night Rain 160, Darkest Dungeon 2 159, Path of Exile 2 159, No Man's Sky 156. Let's go. Supreme Commander Forged Alliance 150 hours. Game that's like fucking 20 years old.
Okay, we got some chats. Brightside, I'm liking what I'm hearing. Boom says top played is Blender, of course. Nice.
Nice, Boom.
Adder says Warframe is part Destiny, part Doom Eternal, part Sword anime physics. Yeah, kinda. Yeah, it has some like weird melee that is just kind of mashy. But you had said, has it lost its footing, or is it a good game to play? I think they're still like basically actively updating it. The studio's making a new game called Soulframe that doesn't have anything to do with Warframe. Weird name choice. I don't know. But apparently there is still a very active community, and they're still making updates. And you know, if it was a game you were interested in getting into, I think it's absolutely worth playing. And if you ever want me to show you around, I'm happy to do it. I haven't gotten in there in a while.
Similar numbers to D2, Destiny 2 on Steam. However, the peak concurrency for the last week is at like 61K, so it's still very active. Destiny 2's peak concurrency on Steam is like 10K for like the last several months.
Oh, do I have it installed? I might be able to show. We'll see. Oh no, it probably has to update. They have their own launcher. That's right.
Yeah, I think comparing Warframe and Destiny is hard to do because they don't play the same. They have very different game feels. Sorry,
it's like a kind of a hand wavy thing to help people understand. Like, it's a looter shooter that you have magical powers and like can like swap your guns out and stuff. But like, yeah, beyond that, the systems are very, very, very different.
AAA, we were talking about like Xbox as a platform, and you mentioned metaverse. I just wanted to say like the metaverse concept is like a completely different thing that they're trying to do, and it's like it's different. It's not just entertainment. It's like your third place. I don't know if you recall me ever mentioning that, and it was like 20 minutes late, but that's okay. Did it already peak like Destiny? No. So like the peak concurrency on Warframe was like 180K, and I can't remember. I want to say
probably when the big open world expansion dropped. I feel like that's kind of when it peaked, but it hasn't fallen off as hard as Destiny has. I don't think.
No,
like,
Destiny has like crazy fucking fall offs in concurrency.
Yeah. Like, I know we're at the end of the stream, but I will open it up and I'll just show you. Like, it has some cool shit in it, and you know, if you're interested, I can at least help you understand if you want to play it or not.
Yeah, exactly, Adder. It's still churning out content and holding players. Absolutely. Yeah, Brightside, I have literal days on WoW too. Dude, my slash played would probably shock you.
We always looked at Warframe back when we were kind of starting Fractal Grove and working with Christina, if you remember her, because I always like the story that Warframe's community manager Rebecca started as like an intern, and she's not the community manager anymore, but she was like the head community manager, which she got the job from being an intern, and then eventually the main game lead moved over to that Soulframe project, and they took her and made her the game lead of Warframe. And so she had kind of gone from like intern to community manager to like director of the entire project over the course of her career, and that was really cool to see.
So Brightside, I just Googled how many hours there are in a year. And yeah, I'm definitely like 10,000 hours in WoW. Like, no joke. Literally like 10,000 hours in World of Warcraft. There's 8,700 in a year.
Yeah, I want to say my aunt and uncle's slash played said something about year. For sure.
Absolutely. Mine was over a year.
Yep.
On one account. I had 3 accounts when I was playing a lot. Typical Mary Dunk. What's this emote you dropped in there? Stony 90 stare. What's up, Burnt Pineapple?
What should good?
Yeah, WSG Warsong Gulch completely forgot to join the stream.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Nah, you're fine, dude. Don't even trip.
We should go.
Warsong Gulch, dude. It's I googled it. It's what's good.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm just fucking around.
Okay. I vaguely remember that story arc from No Clip Doc on the studio. Which one on Digital?
Probably
Extreme?
about Rebecca, yeah, getting
yeah.
made into the director. Yeah.
My homie started playing WoW as a freshman in college, and by his junior year, literally had 365 days played. He uninstalled after that. I mean, that was about when I sold my accounts, and then I kept playing. So, like, yeah, my slash played is fucking crazy, dude. What happened to the Destiny guys yesterday? I was going to join his stream. What?
What?
What are you talking about, Pineapple? The bot? No. That wasn't. They weren't saying like, "Come join my stream." They were like, "Do you want to pay us for view bots?" That's what that's that type of message. So it says like best viewers on such and such, and then we block links so they can't post the link. But yeah, they're always advertising view bots. Every single time I report them, they're banned before the stream ends. Banned by Twitch. Like, I get a response saying, "Thank you for your report. We've actioned. This person no longer exists." And I'm like, rip bozo. Turning Cog, I don't... So it's hard for me. And the only reason I'm keying in on your message is because I want to understand what makes it interesting to you. But you said the player home ship is pretty damn cool. Like, you just like looking at it on your own? Because, like, I guess that's the thing that I don't understand or care about is, like, if I was showing it off to other people and be like, look at my trophies, look at this, like, alien head of this fucking guy I killed, you know? Look at my super sweet shotgun that's no longer in the meta, but I have it up on the wall because, like, I got this back in the day, did the hard grind to get it. Like, that's a social feature. So that's me telling other people, like, this is cool, right? I'm like, you know, peacocking a little bit. Like, that's what I don't understand about yo, Brightside, that dude fucking roached out. He ran away after I was like, defend yourself, and they just didn't. So
I forgot
fast,
about
dude.
that. That was crazy.
So fucking fast.
That guy probably doesn't have $20.
No, that's a child who is, you know, less productive than Burnt Pineapple, who's a contributing member to society already. It felt like a home that interacts with the world well and tells your story. But to who? Like, to you? Or, oh, Tony, don't dox yourself. Don't put your email in there.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, just throw something else on the screen real quick.
Yeah, no, we'll do this for a second.
There you go.
Probably wrong. Oh, no. Okay, there we go.
No. Brightside, he's showing you what Warframe is like to get you an idea. Lander says dox yourself. Lander wants to fucking get in your systems, dude.
Just trying to find
Yeah, Pineapple, you're out there like getting jobs, doing work, making money. You're like contributing to society, dude. That's useful. You don't come in here talking shit to us about, monthly fees on video games and stuff. So yeah, you're a good kid, dude. It reminded me of the things I did and places I went. That's important to me in games. Even if you don't show it off to someone, turning cog. I'm not quizzing you. I want to clarify. I'm not quizzing you. I'm not roasting you. I'm trying to understand the perspective because it's not one that I share, but it's important to understand as a game designer because like I've always viewed a player home as a social feature to show off to other people. And my logic gets stuck on wanting to look at it on my own because anytime I've had a player home where I like decorated it and put up my achievements and shit like that, I don't fucking look at it. And like until I bring someone else to my player home, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I got this fucking thing. Isn't that cool? And they're like, whoa, where'd you get that? And that's kind of it. It's not like a personal, I don't go look at it and go like, oh, that's cool. It doesn't do that for me. Yeah. Let me just take this hit of crack with what? Hit of crack with you to show you what it's like, but I'm totally still sober. I see, Brightside. So Brightside thinks that you're trying to get him hooked on Warframe, dude.
I don't know. Warframe's pretty cool.
Hey, Brightside, you got any of that Warframe? I actually did my first stream on Twitch yesterday, and I had one of those bots. I mainly only have free games anyways. Yeah, Pineapple, do yourself a favor and just turn off links, and you'll get rid of the majority of them. It'll be the best way to handle that. Like, just don't let people post links in chat, and then it literally auto kills like half of them. And then every time someone posts something, immediately ban them and report them to. Turning cog is out of here. Catch you dudes later. Okay, sorry, didn't mean to talk shit to you, turning cog. I was just trying to understand your whole perspective on player homes, bro. Didn't mean to hurt your feelings. You posted links in here on the way out. It's probably a link to like his crypto stuff. It wasn't a link. It was like how they typed it weirdly. I did ban and report them. Actually, also the automod caught the other guy, and I chose his fate. Nice. Bun wants to play Conan. It's not you, it's her. Okay, good. Tell me about your player house story. Sometime. It's important for me as a game designer to understand like the value that people place on a player house. Got some fucking Flight of the Navigator type shit going on.
There is a large platoon of
I'm just gonna turn this down. Hold on.
Yeah, that's kind of loud.
I'm a little bit. I'm just doing a random like kill mission, and then we'll wrap the stream up. But
yeah, you're cool, man. Brightside, the thing for me that like didn't make Warframe click is the combat didn't seem very deep. And that's just my personal take on it.
It's not that deep, probably, but
yeah, for what it's worth, Destiny had pretty deep combat. Well, depending on the activity you did, there was definitely a way to play Destiny with zero depth. Looks like Gears of War mixed with Destiny. Well, it's not like a cover.
There's no cover. Yeah, zero cover.
You don't slide into and out of cover.
I gotta map my buttons so I can actually like move, but it kind of plays like Titanfall with the movement a little bit. It's a little more floaty than that, but where is my...
Damn, y'all are crazy. Lander says Destiny deep combat? What? That has never been said before. It depended on the thing you did. If you did like day one raids, if you did the Whisper in 0 hour, that's why I was saying it depends on the activity. You have to understand your limitations, but the majority of Destiny's design was to not do any of the combat depth, like not leverage any of the tools that we had in the sandbox of the game to make a player think about what they were doing. So in the higher end, more difficult stuff in Destiny, it had combat depth that I, specifically in the context of comparing it to Warframe, I was saying it was deeper. This is my first time seeing the game, but it looks like Battlefront 2. That's crazy. Why does it look like Battlefront 2? This ain't no Star Wars, bro. Are you just saying because it's like third person? Lander, what would you say is a deeper shooter game than Destiny? Just so I understand your perspective on this. You could have also just being you could have just been sarcastic, and that's totally fine. Is it PvP and PvE or what? Strictly PvE. So
there is PvP, but it's not even really worth considering. Yeah.
Yeah. It's better to think of this game as a pure PvE game.
And you're kind of trying to optimize, like, it's like playing Diablo, where you're just trying to, like, run through as quickly as possible at a point and have everything die so you can, like, try to get drops and stuff. Like, I definitely am using a very endgame build, and this is a pretty easy level, so you can see, like, at a point, like, some characters you could just kind of run and everything will die automatically once you have them, like, leveled up and tuned right and stuff. But I'm using this, like, energy shotgun. It's pretty cool. And then you have, like, your frame, so that's, like, your character class. And I think there's, like, 50 of them or something now, and they're all pretty unique. This one's Rhino, which is, like, a big tank. Not even really using any abilities right now, but, again, very easy. Like, we already won, so now we go to extraction, and then I get some stuff, and...
Yeah, so... Lander, I'm just trying to say, like, would you consider, Halo CE through Reach to be deep combat in an FPS? I think for me, depth of combat is probably like Doom 2016, Ultra Kill. I think Ultra Kill is pretty deep. Titanfall. Deep shooter. And what I mean by that is, like, there are combat puzzles where your loadout and your player expression of power and the choices you make as a player matter. In Destiny, most of the combat, especially like patrol mode and casual play modes, absolutely none of your choices fucking matter whatsoever. It doesn't mean anything. But if you're playing, like, a day one raid, if you're playing, a hard activity like an exotic dungeon or like Shattered Throne, you needed to understand the game. You weren't going to, like, get far if you didn't. If you didn't know what your tools were and you weren't, like, using them appropriately, switching your class, changing your weapon loadout, thinking about how to approach combat encounters. That's what I mean by depth. My issue with Destiny is the enemies are just bullet sponges. Yeah, I really think that's a big problem with Marathon too, is the bullet sponge in PvE. I think that's a problem. I was thinking about it last night, how interesting it would be if in Marathon it played like Tarkov, where you could, like, one-shot shit. I feel like that would be good. Even PvE, Yeah, I have ideas. I don't necessarily want to get into all those, but...
Should we wrap her up then?
Yeah, I got a few more things to read. By the way, on the mobile laptop I was talking about yesterday in Discord, I'm taking the gamble and getting a new battery. I know the battery is bad, but I don't know if any of the rest of the Mobo is bad. I mean, yeah, that's probably a good way to start. I never did raids in Destiny, to be fair. Maybe one. The combat actually was what kept me from playing it any further. I mean, the actual depth in Destiny was only in the hard content. There was, like, it was basically like, you could be super fucking bad at FPS and be really successful until you started getting into endgame content in Destiny. And then when you got into endgame content, that's when you actually started to experience some challenge. It's either $60 new battery from iFixit or $30 gamble on eBay. Yikes. Brightside, you were a Destiny player? That's sick, dude. I love the raids in Destiny. Dude, you played Destiny 1, right? You didn't play D2? Getting the mechanics right with the squad was so fun and challenging. Totally agree. Like, Vault of Glass was fucking awesome. Such a good experience. Very, very fun to play. But yeah, Lander, I agree with you. I don't think Marathon's very deep. My experience with raids in Destiny was just people finding places to cheese and grinding. Yeah, Sushi, that's why I was saying, specifically day one raids, because that's when nobody knew what any of the cheese could be, and you just had to learn the mechanics and be good at the game. Good at mechanical aim skill, but also good at, like, understanding what subclasses, what weapon perks, shit like that you needed to take to like be successful and like fulfill a role. So yeah. You played both. Brightside, how long did you play D2? Did you play any of my shit in D2? You must have if you played both. All of my work was D2. Is that what got you coming into the stream? Was when like I was talking about Destiny stuff? What class did you play? Yeah, and I guess we could probably get over to wrapping it up pretty soon. Yo, Warlock, nice, dude. I played all three, but I mostly played Warlock and Hunter. It's like all of D1 was Warlock. And then as I got more into PvP in like Trials of Osiris and shit like that, I started playing Hunter. But for D1 Trials, I definitely played Warlock for all my flawlesses.
I think I was the same. D1 Warlock, D2 Hunter.
Yeah. I also didn't have the same opinion about Warlock movement modes. I used Blink exclusively. And that's actually why I switched to Hunter in D2, was because they took Blink off of Warlock. I'm not exactly sure, to be fair. I can't remember what I played through and didn't get a chance to. I mean, if you played, do you remember the expansion when you stopped? Sushi's asking Tony for wallpapers from Wallpaper Engine.
Sorry, what?
Is your wallpaper from Wallpaper Engine?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, totally.
Hell yeah, Brightside. If you played through Shadowkeep, or if you at least played through Forsaken, that was kind of like the golden era of all my work. Jacked Back says, salute, good night all, gotta go have dinner. Yo, no worries. Thanks for hanging out, Jacked Back. I didn't even see you type anything. Wait, who the fuck is Jacked Back? Is that typical married guy or whatever? Because it's still purple. Did you change your name again, bro? Would you mind sharing it with me when you get time? Doesn't have to be on stream. It's dope. Sushi wants to know about your wallpaper.
I sent him the link.
Oh, okay, cool. The Queen one, I stopped playing during the Queen one, maybe a little before. That I think is Shadowkeep. You're talking about like, oh no, you're talking about the Queen of the Forsaken, which was Forsaken. Damn, that was like the Taken King expansion. That was the peak of D2. Epic wallpaper. I can only buy Wallpaper Engine on sale. $5 need to buy on sale. No, you're good. I appreciate you self-editing your typo there, Burnt Pineapple. I appreciate it. Man reads books. All right, ladies and gentlemen, should we wrap her up here? I think it might be time.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's time. I think we wrap it up. We will see you guys next week. We did show Dread, but I was talking a lot about like cars and other stuff. Yeah, have a good weekend. Yeah, we no one was really asking questions about Dread, so it's okay. Neighborhood's gone, a lot of updates to it. We're gonna work on Lake next. We got to do stuff with some more things in Forest. We need to do some more things in the Black Sun level. But yeah, it's coming along. Neighborhood's really good right now. You got to work out anyway? Yeah, no worries. Have a good workout.
You sound like you're underwater.
Bro, why is it doing that?
It's better now.
I don't understand. It's like, maybe I got to like give this some slack. Yeah, we'll try that. We'll see if that's happier. All right, sweet. Yeah, we'll catch y'all later. We'll see you next week. Yeah, we'll see you guys next Wednesday in the morning. Have a good weekend, everyone. And
we need a raid.
Stay chill. Yeah, I guess we should pass the raid on because
we got Odd Oculus and Warka. I see on my list.
Let's hit Warka.
Alrighty.
Warka 101, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet. Okay. All right, gang. I started the raid. We got about 10 seconds, but drop some trees in chat, say what's up. Even if you don't want to hang out and work a stream or whatever, just say hello. Yep. But yeah, everyone have a good weekend. Thank you all for hanging out with us. And yep. I think that's it. We'll send you all over there. Have a good one, guys.
Have a good one.